All right, so we're here, we've got arms out to the side, palms turned up. And you just want to focus on opening up through the chest. Really feel a lift up through the chest. And focus here on breathing into the chest. So you're going to focus in that center of the chest and feel like the breath is flowing within the center of the chest. Even as a sense of piercing the chest area. Now just take your arms up to the ceiling and then just let them hang back. And just feel that stretch in the shoulders and that little bit of a lift to the diaphragm. And then we go back out to the side, slight bend at the elbows again. Just a few more breaths here. Do a little bit of a check-in to see where you're at this morning on a sort of more vitality levels, if you're feeling what your vitality is like today. Friday morning, it's always nice to do a little check-in and just ease out of the week. So one more breath here. And then just lift away from the cushion, just put the cushion to the side. And then come back to lie down and hug the knees to the chest. So without the cushion, just knees to the chest. And do a little gentle rocking, just flattening the back into the mat. Feel the contact and the pressure against the mat. Do a little massaging. You could do some circling movements here if you want. Both directions. And then we're going to take the legs down the mat. So either with or without a strap. So take the legs down, raise one leg up, and you can just hold on to the leg, or you can hook the strap over your foot. So that could be a strap or a belt. And then, or it's just holding on. And then we're going to slightly bend the knee and then straighten the knee, and do that a few times. Bend the knee a little bit, straighten the knee. Let's do that a couple of times like that. And then hold the leg straight and just stay there. Now you don't have to lock it out. So you don't have to keep the back of the knee super straight because we want to feel the belly of the muscle. So focus more on pulling the strap or the foot towards your face with a tiny little bit of an unlocked knee. And hold it there, just some easy breaths. And imagine your focus is on your focus is on the hamstring, but you imagine your breath is flowing through there. So you really keep your attention, keep your focus on that part of the leg. Another 2 breaths like that. Okay, then just release that leg down and we'll grab other leg. So either with just holding the toes or hook the strap. Bend knee, straighten, bend knee, straighten. Do that a few times. Good. So feeling into that pull, and then lift the foot up and pull it towards you and hold it here and keep a little bit of an unlocked knee. The other leg can be straight down on the floor, And again, the focus is on the back of the thigh. Okay, so imagine your breath flowing through that area. One more breath. And then again, we just soften and put the strap to the side, bend the knees, place your feet on the ground and take the feet as wide as the mat. And then from here, just going into window wipers. Just rolling the legs from side to side. Let the knees flop in. Let your hip roll a little bit, start to feel that massaging on the glutes, but also the twist in the spine. A little bit of release in the hips and hip flexors. Stop scratching. And take both legs to the right and then just hold it there. If you want to, you can take it into an IT band stretch so that leg can be on top. And then let's take the feet to the ground, go in the other direction. And if you like, you can bring that leg on top. Easy breaths here. Bring the feet to the ground, come back to center, walking the feet a little bit closer together so they're hip width apart, and bring them closer to your bottom, and then reach your arms behind. And now tilt the pelvis, lift the hips up, come up into a bridge. From that bridge, tuck your tailbone, scoop the belly, and come all the way down. So we're going to keep the arms behind. And go back up, squeeze and lift, and just keep your arms back on the floor behind you, but roll down through the spine. Couple more. Let's do that once more, up. And then when you come down, stay there for a moment. Butterfly your legs, wrap your arms around the top of the head, just let your knees fall out. Close your eyes and connect into a slow breath here. Focus on belly, ribs, chest. One more breath. We're going to keep the arms where they are. So you're going to keep your elbows, your arms around the top of your head, holding on to your elbows if you can. Otherwise, you could straighten your arms and hold your wrists. But slide your legs down the mat. And then take both your feet towards the right. Let's go to the left. Place your right ankle on top of your left ankle and curve your body over to the left. So if you look down from the ceiling, you're making a banana shape. So both legs are straight. So you've got your legs straight and you've got your feet over towards the left side. You've got your right ankle on top. And then you're pulling a little bit on that right elbow or arm. And then you want to feel the pull all the way down that right side. So concentrate on that. Stretch around the shoulders, the ribs, space between the hips and the ribs. See, right, the raw knees coming in. And then stretch all the way down towards your foot. Breathe in and out through the nose. With a more of a yin focus, we want to hold the stretches a little bit longer, and we want to be quite passive in the stretch. So we're in a position, and then we're just letting the position do the work. So the tissue is just slowly lengthening. And then let's walk the feet to the other side, left ankle on top, curve the body over towards the right, and then we're lengthening down that left side of the body. So there's that little pull from the elbow all the way down to the ankle. A few more breaths like this, just feeling from the elbow all the way down. Feel that softening around the shoulders. Just notice that as you hold it for a while, you'll feel that initial stretch in a lot of these stretches. And then it kind of almost gets more intense as we go to some of the deeper layers. That's the real bonus or benefit of yin, is that you're getting into deeper and deeper layers. We'll do one more breath like that here. And then walking the feet back into the center, stretching back through both arms, stretching out through the fingers and toes, big yawny stretch. And then bring both knees into the chest. Just hold it there. Hold on to the knees and bring your nose up towards the knees. Just squeeze it out, squeezing the abdomen, but also stretching the back. And then rocking to a sitting position. We're going to go into a diamond shape. So not butterfly. Remember, it's not butterflies all the way up here. Diamond shape a little bit out. Walk the bottom out a little bit and just hold on to the knees. Just let the knees fall open, and then take a breath and kind of squeeze back. So you're pulling on the knees and looking up towards the ceiling, lifting the chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to round out your spine, suck your tummy in and open up through the shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, look up again, squeezing the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, go round spine, suck the tummy in. And then inhale, looking up. And exhale, rounding out. Now we'll do that one more time. We're going to look up. Send your jaw up towards the ceiling. Stretch and hold. And then exhale, fold forward and take the forearms just in front of your shins. Let your head hang and stay there. You can do a little lean to the right, a little lean to the left.
I'm grateful more than I've ever. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Grateful I woke up again. Woke up and took a breath again. Yahweh. Looked up and saw the sun again.
So let yourself go really floppy here. Okay, you're not pulling, you're just hanging. You can hang a little in one direction, you can hang a little in the other direction. So we're going back into a yin type of stretch here. So as we hold it and as we kind of just hang out here, you'll feel those layers again. It's deepening layers of pull, the pelvis and the shoulders.
I'm grateful, full to the brim. I am. Yes, I'm grateful, more than I've ever been. It's true, yeah, it's true, yeah.
One more breath here.
I'm grateful, full to the brim.
And then we roll out of that nice and easy. Stretch the legs out to the front, taking both arms straight up to the sky. And then do a little hinge forward till you feel like that stretches, you're feeling the stretch. And then just have your arms alongside your legs with your palms turned up. So have your palms turned up just alongside. And now go really floppy. Relax your ankles, relax your shoulders. Just relax your whole body like a floppy rag doll, just hanging out here. Again, you could lean a little to the right, a little to the left if you wanted. Just hold it there. Another 2 breaths. And we slowly roll out of that position. We're going to raise the arms back up, breathing in. And this time come forward again, but now grab hold. So it's more of a stretch. You're holding the shins or the toes. Look forward, lift your chest, a bit more stretch. And then exhale, keep pulling the chest forward. Hold it here. Now, if you feel it softening, you can go a bit deeper. So you can kind of try to stretch a bit further into it. Pulling the chest forward, lengthening the spine. You could even use the strap here and hook it over the feet to help you pull a little bit. Just keep a slightly unlocked knee if you need to, if it's really quite tight, especially if you're feeling it in the lower back, and bend your knees a little bit more if you're only feeling it in the lower back. So just another 3 or 4 deep, slow cycles of breath. And then ease out of that nice and slow. You might need to push yourself out a little bit. Take your right leg, tuck it in really close. Have that right foot tucked in on the inside of your thigh, raising your arms up. And then we're going to turn towards the right. So right hand on the ground and left hand on your knee, and just sit up nice and tall to start with. This big twist. Then we'll take the right arm up and we'll side bend. Now here you can, if you want, bring your elbow on the inside of your left leg and slowly extend. Just go into that stretch. And then once you've really gotten into the stretch, let your top arm hang heavy. So just floppy. So the weight of the arm is also doing the stretch. And we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. That big stretch into the lower back. One more slow breath. Now stay in that side bend, but just raise your arm up. Let your arm come back. Keep facing the same way. Slowly come up and then face forward. Good. And then reach forward. So that's another thing with the yin pose, is that to get out of your, you want to take your time, because you're kind of relaxed into it. You know what it's like when you fall asleep in an awkward position. Your body kind of gets set in that position, so you'll be gentle coming out of those. In one more breath like this, then we ease out of that, raising your arms nice and tall, and release. Okay, let's stretch out the right leg, tuck in the left leg. Take your arms up, go to a twist towards the bent knee. Nice and tall, lengthen the spine. Then we'll raise the left arm up and side bend, and hold it quite an active stretch for a little bit. So you've got your right hand on your left knee, and then your hand that's on the ground is reaching up. And then from here, you can, if you want, bring that arm on the inside, rotate, and then let the top arm hang heavy. So the top arm just kind of hangs over your head, and it's the weight of that arm that's creating that pull. And then we're just relaxing into that side bend, letting that stretch happen. You might even close your eyes and focus on the breath. Now just stay in that side bend. Let's take another 2 slow cycles of breath. And then raise your arm only and very slowly come up, still facing sideways. Once you're straight, then raise your arms to the ceiling and face the straight leg and come forward. And take your time, stretching up tall, raise your arms and bring it down. Okay, let's come around to hands and knees. So just make your way around to hands and knees in your own time, and we'll just go into a few easy cat flows here. And with the cat flows, you can do a little bit of side to side. You can do some circling, just whatever feels good, just to really, again, just focus on unsticking. All right, then we'll take the toes together, knees apart, sit back to child's pose, bring the bottom all the way back and walk the arms all the way forward, forehead to the ground, and just stay there for a few moments. Easy breath. Taking both arms to the right, take your left hand on top of the right, and then just do a little lean towards the left shoulder and stretch it out. Hold it here. Go to the other side, bring the hand on top, leaning into the right shoulder. Now come back into the center here. Come up to hands and knees, and then come slowly forward onto your stomach, sitting up on your forearms. A little bit of a back bend here. Okay, so forearms, elbows on the floor, and then relax your belly, relax your shoulders, and relax your lower back. And then just close your eyes for a few moments. And just focus on the lower back. If you want to, bend your knees, bring your heels towards your bottom. You could do a little side to side here. And then bring the legs down and stay here, stay in that position. Take your hands a little wider, but keep your elbows where they are, and then try and lift your elbows. So your hands are as wide as the mat. And if you can, straighten out the arms. So you're coming up into the seal. So lift yourself up. Or if that's too much, just sit up on your elbows. Just feel that back. And again, just wherever you can. If it's too much, then take your hands further forward. Just feel into a gentle back bend. You could even, if it's too intense, you could even have your cushion and have it so that your cushion is supporting you in that lift. So you're in a little bit of a back bend, but not sort of hanging. Just gentle, easy breaths. So sometimes we get a bit nervous with back bending because always, it brings so much focus to the back, and sometimes often our back is very stiff, and so a back bend feels like it's not the way to go. But back bending is really, really important, and the great thing about doing it in a yin style is that we're not standing up bending backwards. We're just lifting ourselves away from the floor, so the back bend is supported. So again, with this little bit of a hold, the deeper tissue, if you think about the tissue now deep inside and around the spine, is getting the stretch. So that's why it feels quite awkward, and getting out of it always feels a bit weird out of these because the body's reset a little. So just take another 3 cycles of breath here. And very slowly come to the elbows, stay there for a moment. And then very slowly come down and lie with your hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands. So come out of it nice and slowly. Elbows and then hands. So we'll slowly slide the hands back. Make your way up to hands and knees. Take your time. And just do a few easy cat flows. You'll notice the difference from when we just did cat flows before. Might feel a little bit twingy, so go slowly. Remember, it's a very deep tissue that we released. And then slowly go to child's pose. Stretch your arms out to the front. But now relax your forearms. Just take a few breaths here, just softening. Come up nice and slowly. Let's take the left leg to the little finger side of your left hand. And then just lean forward. You can be on fingertips here. And just drop into the hips, so you're feeling that right hip stretching. Stay there, slightly looking forward. Now you can let that knee fall open, so the left knee opens to the side. Keep lengthening your spine, looking straight ahead. And then come down to the forearms if you can, or otherwise maybe even one, or you could have the cushion underneath your forearms if that helps, or just stay up on your hands. Don't force anything. When you're where you can get to, just again come back to slow cycles of breath. So a cycle of breath is that even inhale and an even exhale. So concentrate on that. Let your body just do what it has to do as you focus on the breath. You don't have to stay completely static either. You can do little movements. We'll take one more breath. Come back onto the hands if you're not already, and then ease it back nice and slowly back onto the knees. We're going to take the hands a little wider, draw the shoulders away from your ears, tuck the toes, push up to the mountain, and let's do a little march on the spot here. Pressing alternating heels. Now come back to the knees and then step your left foot to the outside, fingertips to the floor, and then leaning forward. And then take that knee, let it fall open. The sole of the foot, right leg. Sorry, this is your right leg. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. So right knee opens, sole of the foot falls away, and then you can come down onto the forearms or one forearm, and maybe it works on this side, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Just go to where you can. And stay there again. Just once you're in wherever you're going to end up, just close your eyes, breathe easy. Another 2 breaths like this. And we come up slowly. Now stay there. Keep that right foot on the ground. Tuck your back toe, lift the back knee, and then step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. So you've got one foot on either side of your hands. And go into a half squatting position. And then straighten looking through. And again, half squatting as you look straight ahead. And straighten as you look through, and just go up and down a couple of times. And then go into a deep squatting if you can, half or deep squatting. And we're not going to stay here super long. Press your elbows into your knees, press your hands together, half or deep squat. Try straightening your spine as much as you can, and just easy breaths. Grab hold of your elbows, lift your bottom up and hang, and shift your weight to your toes, do a little side to side. Take another few breaths, just hanging here. Try shifting your weight to your toes and then back to your heels, or a little bit to your right foot, a little bit to your left foot. Just see where you feel the pulling most. Let your head hang, your neck relax, but keep your knees slightly bent, so don't lock out. Then we'll take the hands to the floor, step back onto the knees, back to hands and knees, and then come back to child's pose. I'm going to focus a little bit on the upper body here. So coming up to hands and knees, keep your hands as wide as they are on the mat, so as wide as the mat. Walk your knees back, and we're going to go to melting heart pose, so instead of child's pose. So chin and forehead towards the ground, forearms to the ground, but bottom kind of stays up. So your bottom is kind of above your calves, so not all the way on your heels. And then just releasing down towards the mat. So you should feel this in the shoulders. And then the upper back, you can have your chin or your forehead on the ground. Slide back so your bottom goes back towards your heels, and then just bring your forehead to the ground. Reach your arms around by your feet. Just lie in child's pose for a moment. Hands are resting next to your feet. Just relax through the shoulders. And then roll to upright. Okay, we're going to come back to sitting. Try sitting on your cushion or bolster. Now also, if you've got your strap handy, grab your strap and just have that near you. And then we're going to start with bent knees. Okay, so take your right, and actually, depending on how your cushion is, so if you have got a bolster, you might want it long ways. So what we want to do, if you can, is take your right leg and take it underneath so that it actually ends up around by your, so I'll give you an option. The right foot goes over to the left, and then you cross right over, and then the left foot goes over to the right. So you're stacking your knees on top of each other, like it's called like a shoelace. So that's one option. Okay, you want to be able to see the soles of your feet. The other option is that you do the swastikasana, which is the square one where you've got, so not quite cross leg, okay, but your feet are sort of by your knees. Okay, so you can stay with that position or even bring that foot on top if you can do that. Okay, otherwise you're doing that shoelace. Okay, so do a version that's going to work for you. And at the very least, cross leg. But if you're going to do a cross leg, try doing a sort of a looser one where it's sort of further away, because we want to get into the hips as well. But then we're going to grab the strap if you've got one. You don't need to, otherwise you just use your hand. Place the strap in your right hand and then place it onto your back. So you're going to just have your right hand onto your back. And now reach down with your left hand and grab the strap, or you grab your hand. Okay, so then you want to walk two closer together. So first of all, you want to pull the left arm up your back, And then walk the right hand down. Do that as much as you can until you get the two as close together as possible. And then lift your right elbow to the ceiling and sit up tall. And then hold it here, close your eyes. And your focus here goes to the center of the chest. You want to feel like you're breathing into the center of the chest. So this is again one of those ones where initially you're like, okay, yep, there's a stretch. And then as you hold it a while, you start to really notice those deeper layers and start to feel where it's sticky and tight. And as those deeper layers start to release. Do one more breath here. So very gently release the arms, but keep the legs so tight. Now with your legs as they are, just walk forward and hang over the legs. So keeping the legs as they are, but just leaning forward, and then you can kind of relax into that, hang into it. Slowly come out of that position. Release the legs. Good. Okay, so sliding the other leg underneath. So you got your left leg under the right this time. Right leg either just over the top, or again going into that sort of square position. And then you can bring that leg on top if you like, or have it in front. So again, find what's going to work for you. And then we stay there. And we're going to hold the strap, or just bring your hand onto you. So left hand holds the strap, left arm up to the ceiling. Bring that behind. Right hand grabs the bottom, if you can. And then pull up, and then walk the hands closer together. Every time we do this one, I'm like, we should do this more often. We always seem to forget it. I wonder why. Probably because it's painful. Now close your eyes and keep your elbow up, and then just focus on the center of the chest. See if you can really get into those long, slow breaths. One more breath like this. Now remember, just come out as super slowly. It's always coming out that's painful. Ouch. Just give that a little bit of a roll through once you're out. And then place your hands on the ground and start to come forward and just sink into it here. So feeling into the hips this time. Oh my goodness. Ease out of that nice and slowly. And as you let go of the position, you're going to come to lie down on your back, but grab your cushion if you've got it, and lift your bottom up and place the bolster or cushion underneath your hips. Straighten the legs out. And then reach both your arms behind. So you should feel that releasing the shoulders, releasing into the hips. Just let everything settle after all of that. Breathing in and out through the nose. Then go into a butterfly position, soles of the feet together. And have your arms out wide. Just stay in that with the cushion underneath. Bend the knees, place the feet on the ground, lift your bottom up and just slide the cushion down to your knees. Stretch your legs out with the cushion underneath your knees. Let's bring the knees into the chest, holding on to the knees. Make your way to a sitting position. Take a big inhale, raise the arms up. And bring them into the center of the chest. Happy Friday. Very good.